Good morning and welcome to the Core Connection. I'm Mira Rubin here with you on Enlightened World Network. And today's topic is brilliance. And what we're talking about is brilliance as it relates to our inner light and bringing that forward in the world. But before we get started, let's take a minute or two to just get settled in. And let's take a deep breath in through your nose and hold it, and imagine clean, crisp oxygen just flooding your lungs and flowing into your bloodstream, nourishing every cell in your body, all your organs. And as you exhale, exhale any tension, any stress, toxicity, negativity. And now let's take another deep breath in through your nose and hold it. And this time, imagine sparkling white, brilliant, bright light lighting you up from the inside out. And this is actually what we're going to be doing today. And as you exhale, exhale any remaining stress, tension, toxicity, negativity. And now let's just gently press our palms together. Really softly rub your fingers against your palms. Feel how delicious that is in your fingers, in your palms, and how lovely it is to be present right here, right now, in the physical. And let's talk about brilliance. So this morning, I woke up kind of feeling, we all have those days. And as it happened, I mentioned mind flavors before. So I'm in this program. It's called Loving Self Care. And so the morning coaching session for this program today was about shining your inner light. And there was an exercise to do, which I did, and it totally shifted my experience of being, totally shifted me from feeling dull and sluggish to alert, awake, bright, and energized, and also positive, more positive. So I think it would be awesome for us to do this together. Good morning, Abdul. Welcome, welcome. And welcome to everyone else who's here this morning. It's always wonderful to be sharing this time with you. So let's look at this this brilliance and how we can bring it forth into the world. So the exercise. Good morning, Rosalind. Welcome. Great to have you here. Yeah, I should say this is the M&M show, right? Mira and Maggie. Maggie's very busy preening this morning. So here's what we get to do. Just take a moment and check in to see how your body's feeling. Just notice where your energy is. Notice whether you feel up or you feel neutral or you feel low, and just check in and experience your physical sensations, kind of the level of your mood. And we're doing this check-in so that you can actually have something to compare our our results. So what we want to do is now take a minute to center yourself, maybe in your chest, maybe in your uh, sacral chakra, maybe in your solar plexus. Let's just put our attention in our body and just imagine this incredibly brilliant light. Maybe it'll be your third eye or your crown, wherever this light emanates from within you. Just check in and imagine this brilliant light. Feel the warmth of it, the brightness of it. Imagine it expanding and beaming inside, filling you up, and then expanding beyond you. Good morning, good morning. Dido, welcome. So we are presencing, we are embodying light in this moment. And so we experience this light inside, just expanding and getting ever brighter, and perhaps it's this wonderfully warm light. You get to see it, maybe you see the sparkling in it, and then allow that light to expand throughout your whole body and then move beyond, to start expanding beyond your body, reaching out into the world and continuing to expand, and feel that light inside you and moving beyond you and touching the world and penetrating the world. And as you experience that light, allow the joy of that brilliance to expand within you as well. The presence, the radiance of it from within. Just allow yourself to expand it and experience it, and imagine it extending beyond you and penetrating everything around you and connecting you. And now check in and feel what your body feels like. I don't know about you. I actually feel lighter, like in weight, lighter. I feel brighter. I feel more alert. I'm wondering if you are experiencing any of those sensations, just to allow yourself to feel that light and to realize that we can generate that light at will. And I think part of the reason that we can generate that light at will and experience its impact is that that is our true nature. Ultimately, we are energy, and that light is the embodiment of that energy, just as our physicalness is an embodiment of that energy. The light is as well. And when we vividly imagine something, our mind doesn't know the difference between something that is vividly imagined and something that is here in the physical. And when we're talking about light and energy, we can mobilize that energy and we can direct it. And this, and particularly in this exercise, it's so simple. To even if it has made an incremental shift rather than a radical shift in your experience, imagine if you spent a little bit more time putting your attention on the light and just being that light, embodying that light, bringing it into our bodies and emanating it into the world. Because when we do emanate our brilliance, other people receive it. Other beings receive it. And it literally brings light into the world. And we can do that so easily and simply through this simple act of concentrated attention. And so I invite you to try that, and maybe to remember to do it, this simple practice, throughout the day. Um, Rosalind says, I've been watching YouTube videos on pranic healing. Well, I don't have, maybe you could give us a specific definition of pranic healing, because I believe that I have an understanding of it, but I wouldn't dare to define it, um, because I'm not steeped in what exactly that means. I believe that prana is life force, and what we're talking about here is this light. This is life force. It's a way for us to be able to visualize life force, and the light that we are, the life that we are, is breathed in and out of our being through or with energy and light. And so we've talked about life living itself through us, like life being an energy of consciousness that is embodied within us, and we express it. So we inhale it, we exhale it, and as we focus our attention on something like light, then we can inhale and exhale that light and extend it into the world. And someone from Periscope says, I've healed people with words before. It's possible. Yes, absolutely, 100%. It's actually, it's interesting. It may be the words, it may be the frequency of the words themselves that is healing. And it also may be the intention behind the words. In other words, the energy with which those words are spoken and the intention that directs those words. Rosalind said there is energy in the body, and the instructor does guided meditation how to visualize the energy going through the chakras. Okay, great. So that's what the pranic healing is that Rosalind has been watching videos on YouTube. Interestingly, when we spoke about, where this energy might be in your body, it could be in any number of places. It could be in any number of chakras. And it was interesting because when I did it earlier this morning, it came from my chest. This light was in my heart. And when I did it with you guys a few minutes ago, the energy and the light was in my third eye, and I felt it beaming out to the world. And so if we can imagine that we are these beacons, we have the potential to be at will, to be a beacon of light and extend that light into the world. It's a pure vital energy. And hello, Elaine. Wonderful, wonderful to have you here. Elaine says, and she has some birds here too. I'm guessing that's for Maggie. They're beautiful doves. Hello, beautiful souls. Blessings now, all. So thank you for that, Elaine. And we are, I think, in talking about this light that we have the capacity to embody and project, to receive for ourselves and radiate out into the world, that this light itself is one of our greatest blessings. And perhaps you might choose, for you, maybe that light is love. Maybe the energy that you choose to connect to and emanate with that light, maybe it's love, maybe it's peace, maybe it's serenity, maybe it's just purely light without any of those monikers, but that perhaps encompasses all of it. So there's this is such a powerful exercise, I think. And it gets us in touch with the energy that we are, the power that we are. It is a way to sort of power up. Like, I know it was recharging for me, literally to be presencing myself to that light and seeing it and feeling it. It lifted me from these doldrums that I was experiencing into a place of higher energy, higher frequency. And as energetic beings, we are frequency. We are energy, and light is a representation of that energy that we can all connect to. um, I I was originally thinking of having this morning's conversation be about quiet, and then I did that exercise, and I thought, wow, we could talk about quieting ourselves, but this light does that even more effectively. As we're really focusing our attention on light, it creates a quiet, or a deeper sense. It quiets a lot of the noise that we might be having chatter in our head. Maggie's burrowing into my neck at the moment. I don't know. She likes to cozy into warm spaces, and maybe she was feeling a little chilled. I don't know. Anyway, so tell me how the experience of that very quick meditation was for you, embodying light for yourself. What was that like? How does it feel for you? What shifted for you as a result? Do you feel more energized? I have to say, I feel more awake. I love the words that we use. I feel brighter and lighter. We often think of lightness as it relates to weight, physical weight, but I think that there is something to be said for the word lighter as in light, and brighter is also another word related to light. What else is brilliance? And what other words would there be that are relating to light and energy, energized, um, illuminating, illuminated? I think when we, let's see, Wanda says, is there a replay? Missed the meditation part. Well, you can, this is a Facebook Live, so you can find it, it'll be posted on the Enlightened World Network Facebook page. Wanda, thank you for asking. And you'll be able to find it there. Um, and Rosalind says, it's like yoga, breathing into the light spots, but doing it with color. Ooh, ooh, I love this. I never thought to do that. Breath and light color combined seems to break up the tension more effective than just breath. Well, so that's actually brilliant. So again, there's a light word, brilliant, but I do a meditation where we breathe color into each chakra, um, and it's really powerful. However, I love the idea of in our bodies noticing where there are tight spots, and I think I read that as light spots, but anyway, tight spots, finding a place of tension or discomfort, for instance, in your body, and breathing color into that spot. What a great idea. Because color, again, think, what is color? Color is frequencies, specific frequencies of light. So white light is all the frequencies together. When we talk about colored light, that is a specific frequency. So if you breathe color into a spot, maybe you're inspired to breathe a specific color, or maybe you want to cycle through the rainbow, red, orange, green, blue, indigo, violet. Then you could be cycling through those different frequencies. Now, white light is all of it. So our friend on Periscope says, prism is every color of the rainbow, all color, all light, no darkness. Yes, white light, exactly. So if you have ever played with a prism, white light goes through the prism and it breaks into the spectrum of light. And that is all the different frequencies. So we perceive frequency visually as color, which is pretty cool. So I often do breathe into places of discomfort or pain in my body. It never occurred to me, Rosalind, to breathe color into those. So I thank you for that. I think that's a great idea. And um, going back to the power of this visualization. So, Wanda, just to be really simple, all we did for the visualization is to presence ourselves inside, visualize a brilliant light. And you may experience it at a location in your body. It may come from any one of the chakras. It may come from your heart. Who knows? Whatever arises for you as you're experiencing this, and then breathe into that light. And as you breathe into that light, allow it to expand and fill you, and then go beyond you, and then penetrate everything beyond you, and just keep growing. And so it's filling that light from the inside out, lighting you up, and then beaming that light out into the world, and then to experience what the shift is that occurs for you as a result of that very simple exercise. And then, along with that, if you want to deepen it even further, perhaps you might choose to just also put your attention on your emotion, like the feeling of the emotion of joy, or the feeling of the emotion of love, the experience of it. And that also can help to power and further energize and elevate that light even further. So and then the light acts as a vehicle to carry that that presence of love or joy or whatever. So it's kind of a double whammy that you can be putting out there. Elaine says color is added to energy so the human can perceive it in form. A tool to remember all is energy. I love that perspective, Elaine. Color is added to energy so the human can perceive it in form. I think that if we can remember that color is energy, that everything that we see is energy. I mean, I find color to be absolutely delicious. Like it feeds me in an in an it's edible sometimes, like like I feel like beautiful color is as delectable to me and as satisfying to me as the most delicious food I could imagine. That food for the eyes, right? Or food for the soul. Also, I mean, color really lights me up. And I wonder if that's the same for you. From what you said, Elaine, I'm thinking it is. But I use the term delicious for color because I do feel like I am ingesting it. Like it is just nourishing and nurturing and enlivening and feeding, truly feeding my soul. So the richness and beauty of color, and I mentioned that I had done this meditation where breathing into each of the chakras with their associated colors. I, the meditation is also from Mind Flavors, actually, and each of the chakras, we imagine this ball of energy, and with the correlating color for each chakra. So there are moments when I have an actual visual of this energy, which is not the case for me most of the times. Like I can, the way that I visualize things is really more talking them to myself. I'm more auditory than actually visual. Like I can describe the images more than I could see them with super intensity. So, but there have been moments in this meditation where I have seen the color, like I saw this orb with this most incredible red that was just delicious. I don't know another better word to say it. So let's see, from our friend on Periscope, light green with orange and or purple and crystallized white frosty THC. Good medicine looks great to me. I I'm thinking you're talking about marijuana, but I don't actually know if that's what you're orange and purple and crystallized white frosty. I'm thinking good medicine, plant medicine there. Elaine says joyous. Um, so I, our friend on Periscope is talking about, and the skunk smell is appealing because I associate it with the peace it brings. Well, there's a lot to be said about plant medicine these days, for sure. And I don't want to go into that right now, but I recognize the peacefulness that you're addressing, and clearly this is something that is a support for you. And Elaine says, beautiful. Yes, nature's medicine. And nature is rich in so many gifts beyond our own, our current awareness. Even we think we know so much, and yet nature has so many gifts to offer that we're as yet unaware of. So I relate to you with your appreciation for the magic and wonder of nature. And so nature's color. So one of the things uh, that I've meditated on lately that was really wonderful, speaking of colors and nature, was being a flower. Being a flower. So this incredibly delicious red that Rosalind is saying, the red delicious red color that Mira described. Yes, so it's just delectable. So imagining myself as this flower just bursting forth into color and light, and the dance of that emergence and blossoming, and the richness of the color, and the vitality that is in that bloom. And that is also another super empowering, enlivening, invigorating meditation. And oh, thank you, Elaine. That says you're beautiful, not medicine. Thank you. So when we imagine these things, they do have the capacity, we do have the capacity to transform our experience through these things, through these imaginings. Because again, our mind doesn't distinguish between something real or something vividly imagined. And taking the the um, the focus of our mind, and manufacturing this experience, this internal experience for ourselves, shifts our chemistry, our actual physiology. Because we're imagining something joyful, we become joyful. Our body starts putting together all the chemicals that joy is embodied with in our physical. So we often talk about shifting our state of being, and using our imaginations is one of the primary ways that we do it. In fact, that's what worry is using your imagination to project a negative future or a frightening future, right? That's what worry is. And you know how you can get all kinds of anxious and upset as a result of that kind of projected attention. So we can also be in a state that is perhaps not as desirable as another. And we can choose to use this kind of visualization to shift ourselves. Like this morning, I was just like, oh, I really didn't have a whole lot of energy to do much. And I didn't really have the will to either. And then doing that meditation really shifted it for me. And again, doing it here with you elevated my frequency, my experience even more. So let's use our brilliance, the brilliance of our minds and our imagination to create this experience of brilliance, brilliant light that we then project into the world. And I invite you to play with that today and see what you can create for yourself, and see how you might be able to uplift yourself and elevate yourself and and the world, because as we radiate light into the world, it lightens the world. So I think that's it for today. Maggie has been going kind of nuts here on her celery, and I just wanted you to know that she's here to say, have a great day also. And I'm Mira Rubin. This is the Core Connection, and I go live every weekday morning on the Enlightened World Network Facebook page at 9 a.m. Eastern. And I invite you to check out all the awesome programming and the wonderful community on Enlightened World Network. And I am so grateful for you and the time that we spend together. And I hope to see you back again here soon. Have a bright and brilliant day. Much love.